Hi guys, welcome to another video from me, Bobette from SMC Productions. We are starting a brand spanking new podcast called Virtual Hangout with my co-host here, Wicked Weedle. So Wicked Weedle, Wicked did that. If I could talk today, Jesus Christ, spit it out.
Yeah. You gotta
Why
say the
don't,
words.
but why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I go by Wicked Weedle here in VRChat. Uh, a comedian in VRChat. Uh, that's basically it. I'm a fucking nuisance to some people and others love me, but here we are.
So you are actually mainly a comedian for Punchline, correct?
Punchline mainly, yes. I'm also a regular at Out of Pocket. I do like Out of Pocket, but I go around everywhere, not just Punchline and Out of Pocket. So, yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy in VRChat then?
Oh shit. 20 2022. It's
Holy
been a little
shit.
while. Yeah, this world right here is the first world that Punchline had too, like where we're at right now. I just did an interview here too. Like I've done two different interviews at this world now.
Yeah, it was actually Hyena. I was talking to him earlier on, and he's like, "You're looking for a world to do the podcast in for your very first episode." And he's like, "Why don't you use Punchline?" And I'm like, I wonder would Alaska shout at me? He's like, no, it's a public world. So, go for
Oh
it.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I thought this might be fitting for our very, very, very first one.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. Uh, we were in the cellar though. The cellar is I like the cellar. We've done a lot of shows in the cellar. That is the third map. This is the first. Second City is the second. My favorite map personally. Love that map, even though apparently it had issues. Like I think that map has the worst issues of any map, and we had to move on from it. But I really liked it.
Yeah, it's funny this I was in the cellar earlier on and it really, really took me back because I think now I'm not 100% sure, but I think that is the first Punchline world comedy when I the first comedy show that I went to by Punchline, I think it was in that world. Almost sure. So I walked in and I'm like, holy shit, that's so fucking ironic because this is the first world I remember when I met all of you guys way, 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 way,
Yeah,
way back when.
yeah. There was a point in time where we were just like, oh, already a new map, okay. And then after that, it's like you're already making another new map. Like he made one every like 3 or 4 months. And I was like, why? Because he was having issues with each one. I don't know what he didn't like about this one, but there was something he didn't like about this one. Then Second City had like issues where after an hour of time goes by, you could hear everybody downstairs apparently just talking. And yeah, like they didn't know how to fix it. They contacted somebody like that was like a professional at making maps, and they're like, dude, we don't know what to do about this. Like, it's just fucked. And so had to move on from that too, even though I loved that map. I don't know what it is about it. I just fucking loved that map. But yeah.
It's kind of like, I mean, as somebody like I've only been in VR chat for just over a year now, and I'm already a person in real life that gets like very attached to things. But
Oh yeah.
especially with VR chat, like I have to have like a specific world home, home world, sorry. And like I had to change my home world because my ex started using it and it like made me sad and like all that stupid shit. And I have to have my own avatars and like, if I see somebody else wearing the same avatar, it's like, motherfucker, bitch. So you get attached to things, and it's the stupidest thing, and I'll admit it's the fucking stupidest thing in the world. But you do get things attached to things here in VR chat. It's kind of funny.
That's why you make you a custom avatar that nobody can have that can do things like this. You know? That's what you do.
That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Oh dear. Yeah, the reason why I was late today was because I paid Kismet to put, I think it's called VRC lens on a custom avatar I bought, not realizing the outfit that this custom avatar has is extremely skimpy, extremely skimpy. So if I'm going to like big professional events, right? I no, no. If I want to go to an
Yeah.
NSFW night, sure, no fucking problem. But if I want to look like a professional photographer, which I am, yeah, it's not gonna work. So that's why I was late. I was clothes shopping for my avatar.
Okay, okay. When you said you were close, I thought you meant like IRL. I was like, what?
It's for
Okay.
my avatar. Because I would love to be able to.
Okay.
This apparently can do like really cool camera tricks and stuff like that. You can use it for recording and stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, no, I look like a complete and absolute her. And I'm not saying that I'm not a her, but that's not the look I'm going for right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Dear.
Hmm. I mean, shit. In VR chat, you see all kinds of skimpy avatars. Like nobody from VR chat would look at this podcast and be like, "That's a horror right there." They'd just be like, "It is what it is."
It's VR chat. You see some interesting things.
Yeah,
Hmm,
for real.
hmm. So yeah, we were just
Yeah.
talking about like what we were planning to do with this podcast, and you were saying that like what are your views on VR chat?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I was actually about to bring up too. So I think we have different views on VR chat as a whole. Me personally, I think like 75% of VR chat is not worth seeing. Just don't even be a part of it. But that 25% is worth looking for. I've met some of the best friends in my life on this game, most of which are from Punchline. And that's a legit thing, but you have to sift through some shit to get that. And you're going to
Yes,
sift through a lot of shit before you find a gold nugget. That's, that's how it is on here, you know?
I think there's a lot of people with from the very beginning, like you know when I first joined VRChat, I looked at a bunch of stuff on YouTube because I wanted to try and gauge what kind of like things went on, like how people interact with each other. I'm very socially awkward, right? So every place has its own culture, has its own thing, right? So I wanted to try and get a feel for it, right, before I
Yep.
dove straight in. And all I saw was pedophiles, crashers, trolls.
Yep. Yep.
And it's like, I have met some of the most beautiful, amazing, wonderful people in VR chat. Like I have made a whole entire VR chat, not the weird VR chat family. I don't do that, but friends that I am
Uh-huh.
extremely close to. We spend 90% of our day in a Discord call hanging out with each other. So they are like family to me. We spend an enormous amount of time, and I've met them here in this game. There is so much good and so many talented people, especially in like the comedians here. Oh my God, like crazy good comedians. Um, and that needs to be, that's my whole entire thing is wanting to show off the better side of your chat. That 25% that you talk about that never gets
Yep.
showcased. It's always the bullshit. Always.
100%. I mean, some of them make great content, you know. Some of them definitely do. It depends.
God, we're not going to start about the fucking seagulls. I swear to God. It's
We
going to
won't start on the
get.
seagulls. Proximity chat, hit me up. You're funny as shit.
You know what? I actually followed his channel. I'm not going to lie. I found that fucking hilarious.
Oh
Hilarious.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
he is for sure.
But I'm wondering
Yeah.
at what
Every
point do I
every time
become a
I get
meme?
high, yeah, every time I get high and I'm around you, somebody shows up. I know you've been in his shit like two different times. Somebody shows up and they converge on me and they're just like wanting me to say something cringe so badly. And I'm like blasted high and I'm like, I fucking will if you keep doing it. I'm going to freak out and say something cringe. I need to leave. He's like trying to farm me for content and it's every time I'm around you. I think that dude has so many alts that he gets on. I think he stays around you. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
So I've been in 3 videos so far, and I'm starting to like wonder at what point do I become a meme?
Yeah.
Do you know what
This
I mean?
point where you make the podcast.
Like, oh God, Jesus Christ, okay. I'm gonna stop sharing stories from real life and just keep my goddamn mouth shut. No, not doing it. I'm only kidding.
Yeah. Uh,
Hina and I would sometimes like throw shroom parties and stuff like that. So there was like
yeah.
one night we all high as a fucking kite, and I made the mistake of
Or where am I at? Ugh.
I broke my scales. Okay, so I couldn't like weigh it out properly, and I'm like looking at the bag, and I'm like, I know how much is in this bag, right? So I'm going to eyeball it. Biggest
Yeah.
goddamn mistake I have made in my life. I took
Is that
way
on
too much.
edibles?
No
Yeah,
shrooms,
yeah.
just
Sure. Okay.
crushed up actual mushrooms. I don't take
Oh, yeah, yeah.
gummies. I take the real stuff, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like anything sort of like synthetic or anything like that, so I prefer to take natural. So I kind of eyeball it. I stick it on some bread. I munch it. It tastes like complete ass, by the way. I do not recommend fucking eating it. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
I went completely non-verbal for 2 hours.
Shit. Everybody has a different experience on shrooms. So, like, I told you the other night, uh, first time I went to Austin and like met the like Punchline crew in person. Uh, we decided to do stand up after we've all done shrooms, which was a great fucking idea. We go to a comedy club that is like a bunch of other comics, and it's like very cutthroat there. Like they do like they're trying to make it big in comedy and they see you as being in their way and a threat. They're going to do everything in their power to not laugh at you. So I go up on stage high as fuck on shrooms, and as I'm like maybe 10% of the way through my set, I forgot what I was talking about, but my vision started rippling like somebody was dropping water in a pond, and it constantly kept doing it. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And everybody's like, just blank stare. And I'm like, why is nobody laughing? This shit's funny. And I start jumping up and down on the stage, knock over a chair, try to pick it up, and I drop it, and I'm like struggling to pick it up and put it back on the stage. Finally, the guy, like the host, picks it up and sets it there for me. And I'm like, thank you. Anyway, I'm done for the night. Thank you guys. And I set the mic down and stumble off the stage. It was the worst bomb I had had in my life. But afterwards, I didn't give a fuck. I felt amazing. We're
Yeah.
walking down the road, and there's this cactus with big ass spines on it, and it's sticking out like a pad sticking out like this. And in my fucked up mind, because like at this time I had been like drinking as well, I had hit a THC vape pen, so I had all these substances in my body, right? And I see this thing stuck out, and I'm like, that's a guy trying to high five me for my set, and I walked up and went bam, slapped the fuck out of this cactus pad, got a needle stuck in my arm. I knocked the pad off the fucking cactus, and the needle stuck in my hand, and blood is running down my arm, dripping off my elbow. I look at Alaskan Jew, and I just go, ah! And he's like, "What the fuck did you do?" I'm like, "I slapped the shit out of that cactus." He's like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "I thought it was a guy trying to high five me." It was
Wow.
rough. Yeah, I was
Wow.
fucked up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yellow Dog got really drunk. Yeah, you should interview Yellow Dog sometime. I've told everybody they should interview Yellow Dog, but yeah, he got drunk and went and took a piss, and that dude's got a long foreskin. Anyway, let's go. Let's get into
Wow.
something else. He's got a long one. I've brought that up many times, and he doesn't like it when I do it, and I think that's why I do it.
Yeah, exactly. You got to do it. It's a thing now. No, you're gonna have to introduce me. I don't think I've met him yet.
Yeah, yeah. You've never met Yellow Dog?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, dude, Yellow Dog's awesome, but he's not on often because you know how I said I have my view of VR chat where 75% you just yeah, it's rough. His is like he believes 99% of VR chat is that. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
When I started out in VR chat, I was like on constantly, like it was bad. And then my headset broke, so I ended up being a deskie for a while. And it gave me a lot of time to reflect. Um,
Yeah.
and I was like, do you know what? The amount of drama that goes on in VR chat is absolutely ridiculous. I am so much happier not dealing with that every day, constantly, right? Um,
Yeah.
so I started to like be on less and less. I had so many people come up to me and just be like, I had somebody, right, come and join me the other day, right? And they were like so excited, right? Because they were pregnant. They found out they were pregnant. And I'm like, oh, congratulations.
Uh-huh.
When's the baby due?
But it
Oh,
wasn't real.
oh, it's a VR, it's a phantom pregnancy. And I'm like, oh,
In the first episode, bringing out the cringe. Oh no! Oh no!
like, I'm done with this
Shit!
conversation. I'm done with this conversation. And they're like, what? I'm like, just, no, just go away. Mm-mm. I've had enough for tonight. So no, I get that people like, I get it when people say that 75 or 99 percent of your chat is bullshit. But it's
Yeah.
it's it's for the good people. It's for like the guys at Punchline who I love to pieces. The people that are the pocket, other people that I've met that are
Um,
really cool.
a friend of mine put it into perspective. Many people on this game in particular have been through, they've rather been through some shit in their life or they've never been through any shit in their life and they think they have and they want to. Like they, like it's a odd mixture. Like there are people that want to be a victim and then there are people that have been. It's a yeah, and that's what you get with VR chat. It's like, you know, really like there's some fucked up individuals in here, but are they fucked up in a good way or a bad way? Like
Yeah.
it all depends.
And I think that's why I like the comedy circle so much. I've been in it for a while, and that's mostly the people I hang out with are people from that. Uh, because I'm a big believer of freedom of speech and freedom of expression.
Yeah.
It's extremely important to me because it's not something that we have over in this country, unfortunately.
Hmm.
We can actually be arrested for telling a police officer to fuck off.
Well, uh, I believe in the states too. If like a police officer is trying to do their job, they could get you for like what would they call it? It would be something. They could spin it in a way where if
Yeah,
you told a cop here to fuck off, they could spin it in a way to get you in trouble as well. Um, but I know, like in the UK, dude, people, it's rough in the UK. People are getting arrested for memes. Like they'll post a
yeah,
meme to Facebook, and the police will show up at their house and fucking drag them out and arrest them. Dude,
yeah,
nobody is dragging me out of my house. Long
yeah,
story short, police or not, it's not happening.
yeah.
Like I ain't just giving up. Let me just let me say that right now publicly. I ain't giving up to that shit. That's horrible.
And I think that, like, freedom of speech, freedom of expression is extremely important. They're extremely important to me. And that's what I love about the comedy scene is because it is all about, well, not all about, but mostly about freedom of speech. You guys get up on stage and you tell your jokes. I may not agree with them all. I may not like some of them. I may not think some of them are funny, right? But the fact that you get out
Mm-hmm.
there every single time, you speak your mind and you have a good time, and you don't
Yeah.
really care if somebody is like extremely offensive, quotation wise, because that's a subjective word, right? You're
Yeah.
just there for the laughs and the giggles, for the comedy.
Yeah. I mean, every time I get up on a stage to tell jokes, my mindset isn't I'm gonna offend some people tonight. It's like no, like I'm gonna tell some jokes. People are gonna laugh. They're gonna have a good time, and I'm gonna fuck off somewhere else. That's that's all that it is. You know, like I'm not up there to be a dick. I'm
Mhm.
up there to tell my shit and leave. That's you
Exactly.
know
Exactly. And I think too many people take things personally, or they
they
get
do.
super offended, right? Does not happen in the comedy circles. Well, that
Yeah.
I'm more of an outsider, so maybe I just don't see it. But majority speaking, like, I mean, the best friends I have had, the closest people I have had, like, there is not a day that doesn't go by that somebody calls me some sort of insulting word on a daily basis, and vice
Yeah.
versa. And that's the way we are. We're very like sarcastic, very jokey, very like playful with everybody. Nobody takes offense. It's all for shits and giggles. And they're just here to
Yeah.
have a good time.
And that's how shit should be. People need to like chill the fuck out. Like if you don't like what somebody's got to say, you can leave. Guess what? In VRChat, there's a block function. I'm not gonna be offended by it. Fucking block me. Wait for
Yeah,
the next comedian. If I see people, if I go up there and tell a joke that people don't like, and I see half the crowd disappear, I'm gonna be like, shit, half the crowd just disappeared. Thanks, I guess. The next comedian isn't as edgy as I am. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it's gonna be. And I don't
yeah,
care, you know, like you customize your experience in VRChat. If you don't want me in it, that is your choice. That is your freedom of choice.
yeah.
Fucking block me. You know?
I think Hyena was telling me that Calvin has a block list of like 80 people or something like that.
He does. He goes hard with it. I don't like blocking people personally. That's a me thing because like I don't get offended by shit. I've blocked very few people in this game, and usually over time I'll unblock them. Like I don't think I have anybody on my block list right now because I just it's just not a me thing. You know, I try to give people a chance,
Yeah,
but
exactly, exactly. I
yeah.
personally don't like really blocking people either. I'll mute people. I love a lot. It's just like, guess what? I don't have to listen to you. There's a magic button here. I have other people run up to me and go, Babette, you've got this person like muted. Like, they were probably a dick. Are they going to stop being a dick? Because if they stop being a dick, I'll unmute them, right? But if they
Yeah.
continue to be a dick, then I'm just going to keep them muted. Like, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, you
oh
know. And that works. That works here, you know.
dear.
So doesn't work in real life, dude. VR chat is you know, in some cases VR chat is better than real life. You can just block a fucker.
100%. I think what I love most about VRChat though is it was because of my my family outside of VRChat, not my real life family, but family from another internet community that I belong to, they decided to join VRChat and they kind of dragged me along. I didn't want to start using VRChat because I absolutely hate Facebook. I don't trust Facebook at all and Meta. So,
Me either.
I was like, I don't want this. But because my family all started doing it, I was like, well, okay, I want to hang out with them and stuff like that. So what they
Hmm.
did was they took me around a bunch of worlds in VRChat. And
Your family did. Okay.
the things that you can see here are unbelievable. There's this world. It's one of the worlds I take everybody when I find that they're brand spanking new. I take everybody to this world. I think it's called Nico's exoplanet or something like that. But you can
I don't even know
see,
if I've seen that.
oh my God, you should check it out. You can see what a solar system, like the galaxy, looks like. You can
We will
see,
go after this. Dead
hmm
ass. I'll go.
and it's all photographs from NASA.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool as shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
And to
really cool.
think by the time they got these photographs, these places could be burnt out. They could be gone.
Yeah.
They could no longer exist. We're just getting like a small snapshot of what was once. Whether or not they're still there, whether they probably wouldn't look like that, if there weren't. Like, it's the coolest thing. There was a world they took me to where, again, photographs from NASA, actual, like, things that they have worked on. It is a replica of what a station would look like on Mars,
Yeah.
including
That is cool.
gardens, living quarters, what kind of vehicles they would be driving about in, and this is actually actual stuff NASA has worked on. It's the craziest stuff. There was a world I went to that did a whole entire lecture on like space stuff, right? Particle worlds. Like you can do things and experience things in VR chat that you would never in real life.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a set that I did recently, and I was like, I was born too early to explore the oceans, too late to explore the stars, right on time to go fuck myself. What do we have? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't got shit. Like I want to fucking explore the stars, dude. I love space. I'm a big like sci-fi nerd with space shit. I'm a big Mass Effect fan. Used to be a big Halo fan until that series died. Um, I like space shit. I like sci-fi. I fucking love that. I want to get into the Alien series. I want to watch that. That would be amazing. I also want to get into the Lord of the Rings series, but that's a different thing altogether. But yeah, yeah, I'm a huge fan of anything space. I'm a huge fan of anything ocean. Like ocean, yeah, I like that shit. That's cool as fuck. You
Well,
know.
I've got a couple of worlds to show you then. Okay, why are you not actually? Sorry, I'm fighting with my vape right now because it's being super gay and not filling properly. You
Yeah.
Lord. So
You fighting with your what?
my vape, I got a brand new vape,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
I
Oh, I
think
got a
that,
THC vape. Yeah.
oh God, see, like I am so jealous the fact that like weed is illegal over here.
Really? Oh
Yes.
shit.
If
Huh.
I want to get drugs, I have to get them from a very good friend, and he gets them from a very dark place.
Oh no. So like when I was in Germany, these fuckers near the red light district in Hamburg, I might add, were like, "We have weed. You just got to follow us down this back alley, and we'll do a deal." And I'm like, "Fuck you, no." I'm not getting jumped by six Germans. I'm a tourist in your country. I'm gonna get raped. Like no. Censor that for YouTube.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. This is going to be an interesting fucking experience, me having to censor myself. I am not good at censoring myself. Honestly,
You probably won't have to censor that word. You probably won't. But certain things, certain things you might. I'm a fucking loose cannon, especially when I've been drinking. Speaking of which, cheers. Uh,
years.
hmm. And I don't ever mean anything by it. I tell jokes. I say some fucked up shit. Do I mean it? No. My best friend right now is a gay dude. Have I said the bundle of sticks word many times? Yes. Has he? Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we both do comedy. Yeah, we don't give a shit. It's a word. We don't care. You know what I
So
mean?
here's my thing about like words that people consider racist or whatever, like the case may be, is it's a goddamn fucking word.
Oh
You're
yeah.
gonna get
It
butthurt over a word.
depends on the context. Like I am absolutely like I completely like I don't like people that are racist or hate gays. I don't. I genuinely do not like those people. They're fucking horrible people.
Mhm.
Do I say some of the same shit that they say? Yeah, but I don't mean it. It's a
Yeah,
joke. It's in a joking way. You know?
exactly, exactly. I always tell, okay, so the Helsing bar, whenever I was running that, it was the only freedom of speech bar. And I mean that
Yeah.
you could literally walk in, say whatever the fuck you want, and you would not get kicked.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. You could come in. We had somebody come in dressed as and sit in the bar, and not one person batted an eyelid. We just ignored him because you're a fucking idiot, mate. Like, because we're all adults, we can like block people, or we can just go, okay, well, he's an idiot. I'm just going to ignore you. That's
So
how an
that's another
adult.
thing. So yeah, yeah. My bad if I'm interrupting you. I got to get
No, it's
used to that. I'm
fine.
not used to being a co-host of a podcast. Um, but you're in fucking Ireland and you just said Mustache Man's name on YouTube. YouTube rules are different depending on which country you're in. You may have to censor that one. Like that's just how it is, dude,
Really?
because yes, because
Wow.
even me, they took my shit down. Like I said, that meme that I posted where Ozzy Osbourne said just his name got taken down. You might have to censor that. Like that's YouTube for you.
Oh my God.
You
That's
know?
crazy. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God.
That's why I called him Mustache Man. I didn't say it again. I'm not giving you any extra work to do.
Oh,
You know?
oh my God. That
Uh
is ridiculous. The world is what
yep.
is going on with the world? Like, it's crazy. Absolute
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
But whenever my son
It's
came out to me, like, I've always been very open and honest with my son. You want to come
mhm.
talk to me about anything. I'm never going to judge you. I'm never going to give you a hard time. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk it out. And I'm going to try and understand where you're coming from. Right. So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
my son came out as transgender, right, he
Oh
did the
shit.
whole entire thing of like, oh, mommy's going to disown me. And like,
Mhm.
this is going to be a big deal and she's not going to accept me, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
there was a trend, I believe it was a TikTok trend, to record your parents while coming out.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize my son's recording on TikTok. And he comes
Mhm.
in and he's like, Mom, I need to talk to you. Like, there's something really important I need to tell you, and I don't know how you're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
react. And I'm scared to tell you, but you know, I want you to know, right? I'm like, okay, well, let's sit down, let's talk. And he's like, I've decided that I'm transgender. I would prefer if you don't use my dead name, I would prefer you use my chosen name, which is Aaron, and that you use he, him pronouns.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at my son and I was like, are you genuinely being serious? Like, you think I would, treat you any different? He's like, yes, like I was really scared to tell you and all like that and like that. And he puts on like the sobby voice and all that. And I told him, get back in the closet, you goddamn bundle of sticks.
Oh shit. Okay.
And
Oh
he's
fuck.
like, oh shit, mom, I'm
Oh.
recording on TikTok. And I'm like, you what? And he's like, yeah, I'm
Oh
live
no.
on TikTok right now. And I'm like, that's your fault. That is your fault. You should know by now. I'm not going to treat you any different. I love you. I may not understand it. Um, I may be old school, but I'm going to try and understand it and I'm going to
Oh
accept you
yeah.
for who you are. Like, so don't be
See ya.
so goddamn gay and
Mm-hmm.
do this whole entire thing. Oh, mommy's not going to accept me because that's stupid. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. See, and, that's the thing with me too. With that whole thing, I have many friends. Like I genuinely friends. I'm talking like I'd take a bullet for these fuckers that are trans. Do I totally agree with that? The answer is no. But that's their life. They do what they want to with their life. My opinion does not matter in their
Yes.
life. Do what you want. I will enjoy you as a individual, as a person. I don't
Hmm.
have to agree with everything you do. I don't have to.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
that's that's the thing. Like people think you have to agree with everything they do. You don't. You don't have to agree with it. Just say, hey, I enjoy your company. I enjoy talking to you. I like you. You're cool. Regardless of what you've done to your body or whatever else you've done in your life, you're cool.
Yeah.
Unless if you're a VR chat pedo, then you're not. But anyway,
Yeah, well, yeah, this
anyway,
is true. Oh God.
yeah, you know.
I
uh,
think everyone can agree on that though.
yeah, yeah. That's the point where I'm like, yeah, we probably shouldn't be talking,
Oh
uh,
dear, Jesus Christ.
so you have like kids and shit. Like, how?
Yeah,
What is your age, if you
I
don't
will
mind me
be
asking?
42 in July.
Okay, okay, that's not as bad as I thought. I figured you'd be like mid to late 40s. You early 40. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Not quite what I expected. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, took my age out of my bio because I got so many people that, okay, so there's three things that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
People that would be like, okay, you're an older person in VRChat. So we are going to come to you and ask you for advice because you obviously have life experience. We're going to ask you
Yeah, yeah.
questions. Perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. I actually like doing stuff like that. I find it interesting. Then you would have the people that would be outright ignorant to the point of you do not belong here in VR chat. What the fuck are you doing playing VR chat?
Yeah, fuck those people, dude. Like Metaverse DGen that I did an interview with recently. They have a guy there that's like the co-host is 55 years old, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I hope I'm 55 years old doing shit like this, putting my name out somewhere in the world.
Yeah,
Like they have 1,000 something subs, which ain't much, but he's putting his name somewhere out there in the world, dude. Like he's 50. I mean, if I'm 55, my mindset's gonna be I ain't got much longer. I need to do something with it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. So
you know,
fucking good on him. He's almost double my age. I'm 30.
yeah. I know somebody who's 65. I know somebody who's 78 here in VR chat. but I've had people and other older people I've talked to as well have had people even going as far as accusing them with being some sort of predator because you're an older person playing,
Because you're on VR. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a game, right?
Because this game's got a bad rap, and yeah, it's yeah, it's got a very bad rap,
And this is
and
why I
that's
want to kind of change that because it's an amazing place. But yeah, no, you get all sorts of people in VR chat, and that's kind of why I took my age out of my bio. I'm age verified. I don't need it in my bio anymore, and I don't tell people my age because you will either
oh
get
yeah,
one or the other response, and I'm just here to have fun and have a laugh and hang out with my friends. It's funny you say that
yeah,
because my family and I were talking about this as well. IRC is like the old school chat room before Facebook, before everything else. There was IRC, Internet Relay Chat, I believe it stands for.
the '90s. So
Yeah,
yeah,
a whole entire generation was raised on this platform
yeah, yeah,
because by the time it came out, a lot of people were teenagers and all that. So they were raised in these online communities. And sometimes it was a good thing, sometimes it wasn't a good thing. Do you know what I mean? It was a mixed bag. Um,
yeah, yeah.
and VR chat is the same. There's going to be a whole entire generation that is going to be raised on VR chat. And that's a fucking scary thought. It's scary, scary thought, especially
Oh yeah.
because VR chat is so immersive. Yeah.
I'm drunk right now. I'm very drunk. You want to get drunker? You're not drinking, are you? I'm gonna drink some more, regardless if you're doing it or not.
Just be careful and don't bloody pass out.
I'm not gonna do that. It's how much have I drank? Holy fuck. Okay. I'm gonna drink some more regardless.
How much have you had to drink? Come on, be honest.
So I only bought the little screwball bottle. I have a quarter of that bottle left, and I have drank that all in this interview.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting, interesting. Oh dear. Well, I really appreciate you doing this with me. I've never actually done a podcast before. I've only started doing interviews in the last probably 6 months, but I've always had a passion for journalism. Um, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun.
See, the thing is, like, I wanted to do a podcast, but like, I'm not host material. I am co-host material. I believe that I am. Um, because I've wanted to do it. I tried it one time on a channel that I had on YouTube called Mental Respawn. That was gonna be the name of the podcast because every time I was ever gonna be on there, I was gonna be fucked up in some way, whether
Really?
on like smoking weed or drinking, something like that. Uh, I tried it for a bit. I had one guest on there, and I'm like, this is cringe, and I'm cringe on it. So I'm not doing it anymore. And I turned it into a meme channel. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have
But
more
I do
faith in
believe.
yourself.
Oh, yeah. I do believe as a co host, let's fucking go full throttle. Hell yeah. Like, this is working. I think this is working.
Hmm. Hmm. So I've always wanted to do the whole entire like journalism thing. I wanted to be like a journalist that reported on like activism and stuff like that, and protests and all that happy clappy stuff. It never happened. I'm extremely agoraphobic, so I can't leave the house. So that never happened. Uh, but doing a podcast, I think, would be a lot of fun, and especially for. I love your chat. I'm extremely passionate about this platform, and I'm passionate about bringing other groups together and helping people out. And it's so sad
Yeah.
that there's so many I know amazing avatar creators world creators, artists, even in VRChat. Nobody ever hears about them. They are
Huh.
completely unknown. And these are some really, really talented guys, musicians. That's where I started. I started with metal life and music, right? Promoting
Yeah.
music in VR chat. The amount of musicians here in VR chat, nobody knows who they are. Nobody ever hears about
Hmm.
them.
Yeah.
And it's so
Yeah,
sad.
there's a lot of great DJs. There's actually a guy, if we can ever make time for him, first DJ I ever met in VR chat ever. Like, and I met him when I went to Germany. Cool ass dude. DJ used to be Cyber Sponge. Now it's a Cyber Freak. FREQ. But anyway, awesome fucking DJ, and I don't feel like he's known enough. It would be great to fucking have him in here for
Yeah,
real. Like this dude is great.
you should
Yeah,
introduce me
he's
and we'll get
he's
him on the show.
oh yeah, absolutely. I remember the first night I met him. It was right when I got the Valve Index, and I jumped into this world. Met it like my first friend group before I met Punchline. They were all Europeans, every single fucking one of them. It's crazy. Um, yeah, there's a backstory to that, which I'll get to. I talked about it in the Metaverse podcast. How like I got into VRT because it's a long story. But anyway, I jumped into this world and he's playing just like remixes of like metal hits, but it's like all from Europe, so it's shit I've never heard. And I'm like, fuck yeah, he's playing like Zardonic and shit. If you even know who that is. Um, we're going off on this shit, and like it was a good ass night. I wound up getting so drunk I fell asleep with the headset. I did this and fucking fell asleep with the mic on, started loud snoring. Because if I'm
Oh,
drunk, I'll do that. When I'm not drunk, I never fucking snore. But if I'm drunk, I'll do it. And like he woke me up by like yelling in my ear. And that was my first major memory of him. He also said that he liked pineapple on pizza. I said fuck pineapple on pizza. Uh, you know, fuck that.
wow.
That's a crime.
Yeah, I actually have to agree
Yeah.
there. I have to
Oh
agree.
yeah, absolutely, dude. It doesn't go to dude, if Gordon Ramsay, one of the best chefs in the world, if not the best, I want to say one of the best because he can't even make a grilled cheese sandwich. But one of the best chefs in the world is Gordon Ramsay, and he says, "Fuck pineapple on pizza." So I have to say, pineapple on pizza is not good. It's like it's weird. Like Gordon Ramsay, dude, like he can make anything until it comes to like something simple. When he has to grill a cheese, it is fucked. Have you seen
Wow.
that?
No, actually, I
Yeah, have you
haven't.
seen it? He tried to make a grilled cheese sandwich and he got like all these different cheeses and stuff. I'm like, fuck, that sounds good. And then when he goes to make it, he burns the bread and doesn't melt the cheese.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. Yep, you can look it up right now on YouTube. It is screwed up.
I'm gonna have to check that out later.
And I really like Gordon Ramsay. I want to eat at one of his restaurants. He is a professional chef. He knows what he's doing.
100%.
But when it comes, yeah, when it comes to making a poor man's food, though, no, nope, absolutely not. Beef Wellington all day, but grilled cheese, no.
But I mean, I guess like I love Gordon Ramsay though because Hell's Kitchen. See that fucking that episode where he called somebody an idiot sandwich?
Oh yeah, the two
I
pieces of
died.
bread on each
I
side.
died. I absolutely
Yeah.
died.
Yep. Yep.
I've been going for about an hour. So, anything else you would like to
We
add for
have,
this?
ain't we? Uh, What did I just drop?
Uh-oh. No.
Oh, I'm very drunk. I don't think I want to add anymore.
Wow. Oh my God. Did you drink your alcohol or drop your alcohol all over the place?
I don't know what that was. What was that? What is this?
Oh,
What is that? That's my phone. I dropped my phone. Hey, here we go.
as long as it wasn't your, oh, it was just your phone.
No, I'm not gonna spill my alcohol. I'm a professional alcoholic, I'll have you know.
Okay. But sure, what can you
I
do?
think I think the only thing I really have to add, and I don't ever expect to make it nowhere on fucking YouTube. I do it as a hobby. Currently, I'm at 177 subs. I upload some of my comedy sets from Punchline on there. Maybe add a link in the description to Wicked Weedle on
That's actually a
YouTube.
good idea. That is a good idea.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's all I want to add.
So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Thank you for tuning in. As always, don't forget to do like, comment, share, subscribe, all that happy clappy social media stuff, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
See ya.